So one of the toughest things I think that people in business actually grapple with is the idea of culture and values. So your culture is effectively the way things are within the business, the way you want the business to be. And the values really are what makes up that culture. Now, the thing is, some people don't have a culture or a definable culture, in which case let's get one quite quickly. But then you go through this almost spectrum of from crappiness to greatness, in my opinion. You know, words on a bit of paper, rubbish. Phrases tend to be kind of done more for external than internal. They're a bit more marketing, jazzy phrases, but they don't mean anything. Phrases with a descriptor start to mean something, but they're still not good enough because people need to know what the value actually is in terms of demonstrable, observable behaviours. So the best framework that I wanted to share with you is this one here. In my personal opinion, and I've seen this now work pretty darn well at giving people clarity on the value, but also then what to do. So, be clear on what the value is, whether it's a word, whether it's a phrase, doesn't matter. Then what does it mean? A short description of what that value then is. But then we go through a series of saying, what's the admired behaviour that we would see if someone were to be a role model of that value? What are the desired behaviours? So what are the actual things that we would expect to see people say or do? And what's the minimum expectation in order to uphold this value? But we're also going to be very clear around, look, if we do these things here, that is below expectation. That is not in accordance with the value. Now, the way to kind of do this is state the value and what it means, and then say, let's go to the opposite and say, if we were to really mess up this business, mess up this value, what are all the kind of the displays of kind of crappiness that would kind of go against that value? Now you get that, and that allows you to define what's below expectation, because clearly you don't want that in your business. Then go and look at that list that you've come up with, and then turn it around and say, okay, what's the opposite of that? What's the opposite of that? And therefore, where would that fit in terms of the admired, desired, and minimum expectations behaviours? So it's a great format. It requires some effort from the team, from you as the leader of the business, but it's really worth it. It's really worth it because people are absolutely crystal clear because they've helped create the definition of the value. They're really clear on it, and therefore it becomes much easier to uphold in the business, to use it in your recruitment, to use it in your hiring and firing decisions, and managing performance. So have a look at that framework. Again, if you need any help with it, give me a shout. I love doing this kind of stuff with teams. So please define your culture and make it really easy for people to understand how they can actually then uphold that culture. There we go. Till we meet, good luck in business.